You probably would expect a $1,200 microphone to sound really good, but would you expect a $1,200 phone to sound really good? Because I can't be the only one that sometimes would record voice messages and be kind of surprised at how good the phone sounds just in general. Now, it may not sound as good on calls and such, but the recording quality on these devices is actually not that bad. So today I want to see how much work and EQ I can put in so I can try to make my phone as usable as possible for something like VoiceOver, which is going to be the application in the test. Now, keep in mind there's a few variables that change. Of course, using a cheaper phone or a different kind of phone might have a different microphone. The microphone placements in phones differ. For example, mine have the microphone way down here. If you have an iPhone, that probably is the same place, but different models have different places for the microphone, so keep that part in mind. Another point to make is that these microphones are really tiny, which means if you're going to be recording on these, you have to have good mic technique, which means you either record from the side or you have some kind of sock or something that would take the pops, like a pop filter, but in this situation for your phone. And third of all, your environment. If you're going to be recording some kind of voiceover in a hallway or a bathroom or some kind of closet, the closet may actually not be that bad, but the other two options, you're going to get a lot of reverb. This is a normal microphone in the end. It may be tiny, it's probably 1/100th the size of the capsule that's in a mic like this, but at the end of the day, it's a microphone, so if you have a lot of reverb, it's going to capture a lot of reverb. That said, I'm going to try to record the same voiceover on these two microphones. I'm not going to apply too many effects on the real thing, which is going to be the Neumann TLM103, but I'm going to apply as many effects as I can on Adobe Audition, and I will obviously show you these effects once it's over. And if you guys would be interested in more audio explaining videos, please do let me know. I'm way more than happy to make them, but yeah, do let me know. So here is the sound that's coming out of the TLM103. It was late at night. You held on tight. From an empty seat, a flash of light. It will take a while to make you smile. Somewhere in these eyes, I am on your side. And here's the sound that's coming out of my phone, which is the Samsung S23 Ultra. It was late at night. You held on tight. From an empty seat, a flash of light. It will take a while to make you smile. Somewhere in these eyes, I am on your side. So what did you think of the results? Because on one hand, it actually is not too bad, but it sounds very artificial. You can tell there's a lot of effects going on, and some people mind that, some people don't, but generally speaking, you can tell that it's just not. And second thing is, the capsule size being so much smaller has some benefits, like probably taking a little bit less of the room sound as opposed to the TLM103. It can't capture that much detail, specifically when you're trying to capture your voice and nothing else, as opposed to when you're recording a video and it's taking every sound in the room, including in that situation your voice. So while I think it's kind of usable, you should definitely be considering to do a lot of EQ work, or at least having some kind of preset that you either download or create yourself that you can apply to the sound of the microphone in order to make it sound considerably or fairly better. Now, I understand that convenience is a big thing for a lot of people. I mean, if I could record my voiceovers in bed, why would I have a whole studio to record them? It's a big thing. But if you're considering to start voiceover work, I highly do not recommend that you try to record those voiceovers on your phone. Some people come up with the excuse that they record it on a phone and then when they get a client, they record it in a studio, but those clients would want to hear a good audio quality in order to hire you. So either record your first samples at a studio or invest in a cheap microphone. You don't need to start with something like this. You don't need to end up with something like this. I'm most likely going to end up selling this later because while it's a beautiful microphone, it's a huge investment and not everyone needs to make it. I'll have the effects that I applied to the phone sound somewhere on the screen right after the video is over, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. Goodbye.